We need to stay competitive. We know already today that our students are not just competing against students from other parts of the country, but they're also competing with students from India, China, Vietnam, and the rest of the world.
We've been lagging. We've fallen internationally. We've got to get ourselves back up into a position where we're one of the leaders in the world.
The American economy is a brain-based economy. And what's happened over the last 25 years or so is the rest of the country's figured out this is where economic activity is headed. So you're seeing very large investments, particularly in the Rocky Mountain states and the Southwest states, in higher education. And so what used to be a very big gap, education gap, between New England and the rest of the country has largely been eliminated as the rest of the country has figured out there are very large economic returns to higher education.
Population growth is virtually zero in New England. Population is declining in Massachusetts, declining in Rhode Island, and will be declining in the other 4 states fairly shortly. With a declining population, declining workforce with the skills that we need, the economy has no place to go but down, and that hurts us all. In the value of our homes, in our economic prospects.
New England doesn't have to continue to invest. I mean, they could just say the status quo in educational investment is fine, and the answer is yeah, it is fine. But we don't have any other advantages. I mean, the rest of the country has cheap land, cheap housing costs, cheap development costs, nice highway infrastructure. We don't. So whatever advantage that education gave us, we've kind of lost that, and we don't have a lot of advantages in other areas. So what it means is we're just not going to be able to capture our share of growth, and we have not. Think about this. Between 1988 and 2004, the United States added 26 million net new wage and salary jobs, okay? New England got about 1% of that.
The problem is that we can't sit on our laurels. We can't anymore assume that because we've been the best, maybe even for the last 300 years, I guess Harvard would say, that we're always going to be the best.